He always wears a mask, so no one will ever know it's him, apart from all of you who I've just told, sorry, Troy, you might have to change your name.
Don't wait for me, 'cause I keep breathing fire. I won't wait for you, 'cause you keep telling lies. I keep going high, she keeps going low. At the end of the day, she's gone. But you don't wait for me, 'cause I keep breathing fire. And you keep telling lies.
Hi guys, and welcome back to another episode, of course, of Outcasts to Icons. If you've been enjoying it, drop a like. That would be tremendous. Today, I thought we'd start with Troy Gregory, a sort of a forgotten man a little bit this season. I mean, man banged 20 goals for us last season, and I feel like I didn't ever expect that he was going to be able to live up to that task, really. I felt that he sort of overperformed somewhat, and I think he's sort of been a bit forgotten this year. But what I wanted to sort of highlight with him, the reason I wanted to start with him, really, is that he is still sort of bang on his XG as far as his goal scoring. He's got 5 in the league for us and 4 assists in there too. But also the 5 assists that he's got in the Champions League. Like, he's already netted 9 assists for us this season, which makes him actually the second best assister on the entire team. And that's a really nice step in the right direction for him. He's providing more consistency for us across the board. His average rating is far higher as well across his league performances, despite having currently scored less goals. However, I do sense that he could still catch up to his goal tally of 12 in the league from last season. He just needs those opportunities to get that. I'm sure he will do. I think he's just got a bit more consistent. Last year, I think his goal scoring was somewhat of an anomaly, but he's got so much better at the creativity, and I still think he's going to contribute at least 25 goals overall this season, and that's still perfect for me. In other news, he's been moonlighting under the name DJ T-Gregs, performing at many local clubs around the local area. He always wears a mask, so no one will ever know it's him, apart from all of you who I've just told, sorry, Troy, you might have to change your name. Also, I was just looking at the groups for the Champions League. So, weirdly, us getting second again, it doesn't look too bad. We could get Barca or Real, but we could also potentially get... Oh, who was it? Oh, yeah, Southampton. Can you imagine if we drew Southampton in the first knockout stage and had an opportunity to potentially enact a little bit of revenge for last season, where we somehow played them 4 times and never won? There's also the opportunity to play Bayer Leverkusen, potentially, who won their group ahead of someone quite large. I can't remember who it was. Now, not entirely sure if Overmars is going to be fit and firing for this one. It would appear as though he is. Yep. And what we looking at? Whoa, okay. Whoa, that's not quite what I meant to press. How are we doing here? I think he's still good to play, but we'll keep him very careful. The last thing I want to do is pick a league game to show you guys and then not start our absolutely prolific striker through the middle, do we? So that's definitely a thing on the cards here. Steph Cassels, I probably will get him through one more match here, but it's one of those players I'll substitute should we need to and bring on Grandanos. But I just love having him in the team. So I will bring back in Dinko Pavlich for today, though. I feel like it's nice to just rotate around a little bit if we can do. And I'm going to start Komi Eklu in the midfield too, because he is actually one of our other top assisting players this season and has done a spectacular job from that central midfield role. And I might also be tempted to go with Dino Sejdovic, particularly as you'll notice Michal Che has struggled a bit lately, and Sejdovic very much hasn't. And he's a bit knackered too, so that definitely plays into the equation as well. I just realised oh god, I'm going to just pick a bench manually. There we go. I didn't want to ruin all my little selections with another selection of ice. Always do that first, Matt. Never forget these things. Nice to see Roko Simic back. We've been reunited with our old friend. Dinko Pavlich and him, they go way back. Hopefully, this follows the same pattern as most of our league games, particularly against sort of this exact type of opposition, which is that we score a couple of goals early. Sometimes they grab on back occasionally, although their form is not looking good, and then usually we just blow through them in the end of the second half. My prediction is 5-1 to Sassuolo. Now that I've said that, watch this be like that Fiorentina game where we dominate and then concede a dodgy penalty and lose because of it. So, okay, maybe not. Maybe we don't want that today. There we go. Goes for the long pass. And actually, well, that should be an easy one to be picked up by Dinko Pavlich now. Now he finds Troy Gregory. Overmars is making a little run around the side for him. He's into the box. Oh, wow. The vision from Overmars to back heel that to Troy Gregory is outrageous. Well, we're having plenty of shots so far, just not really getting the breakthrough on Empoli at the moment. But I think it's one of those things that if we just keep on going, eventually, if we build the shots, the goals will come, right? That's flawless logic. They're very compact, but we can break through. Lancer. Oh, here we go. Overmars. Gregory again. Oh, what a goal. What a strike from Troy Gregory, the man we highlighted at the start of the video. Oh, my goodness me. Those DJ skills are coming in extremely handy right about now. I'm not really entirely sure which of them, particularly maybe moving heavy equipment. Either way, Overmars has been trying to set him up multiple times today. This time it's come off. It's just a fantastic strike from Troy Gregory. Hey, maybe sometimes you just need a little bit of that. 1-0 Sassuolo, Troy Greg with the goal. Oh, Cassels with the ball in. It's a great cross and... Oh, no, Dinko! I swear to God that looked like that was going in already. You can see why Dinko Pavlich is not exactly a prolific goal scorer. Bet Niewiadomski would have scored that. Actually, to be fair, I think the one goal he has scored for us in his career, Niewiadomski was a goal exactly like that as it goes. On the plus side, though, Napoli are losing to Hellas Verona, which is very, very helpful, though Roma are winning again through, would you believe, Baris Aslan. I know, imagine that, him scoring a goal. Just unheard of in these times. Because it just only takes that one moment of lack of concentration, and we've seen it a lot when we would just give them one chance and they'll take it. Oh, one by Granados, though. He's fresh. Finds Overmars, who's actually amazingly going to see out the full 90 minutes, incredibly. And now he's been fouled, but Rivas is going to go ahead anyway. And he's definitely not been fouled. Bruno, though. Can he find the pullback for someone? He does. And Eklu! And it's a great save again from the goalkeeper. Go on, Granados. Yes, go on, Timon. Here we go. This is what he does. He just sits there. He's not got the speed to really do much with this. Oh, the deflection nearly carried it past him. Rivas to Granados. Oh, lovely ball through for Overmars. It's a good save again by Gasparini. Rivas. Uriarte this time is no mistake about it. Rivas with a good ball in, Uriarte on the end of it, and it is now 2-0. Thank goodness for that. We've been made to work a little bit harder today. Their goalkeeper's actually done a really stonking job for them between the sticks, really saving a lot of ones. This time, though, Uriarte's header is just too good for him. Well, that's basically gone through to the entire end of the game. Weirdly, we've not been any worse creatively in this game, really, than we have been in a lot of other ones. It's just we've managed to not find the net quite as frequently, and I think it really comes down to Overmars has not been able to take his chances today. So Swallow 2, Empoli 0. They had one shot in the entire game. Their goalkeeper made, 11 saves for Gasparini. This could have easily been like another 4-0 type of game, but it just wasn't quite to be. But good to see a clean sheet. Comfortable performance. Jan Bruno, best player on the pitch as well. Gregory and Uriarte with the goals. Happy days. And we stay top of the league. Now, though, Champions League draw. Okay, then. Champions League draw. So our next game is literally tomorrow against Genoa. I'm going to rotate a lot for that because they are bottom of the league and I think they've only won once all season. So we'll bring out a few players, bring in a few lads, try things out. You know how it goes. Hopefully we still get the result though. Seeded teams. Barca, Bayern, PSG. So we can't play Man City and we can't play Roma out of the seeded teams there. All the others though we could potentially get. Now, obviously, I would love Southampton or Bayer Leverkusen. That is my dream scenario. Wow, Celtic actually got out their group. Fair play. Right, let's just do this. I'm excited about the possibilities that could come up here. I know it's going to be a tough draw no matter who we get, but I'll go on. Yes! Come on! Sassuolo Southampton is a repeat of that could not have gone any better. Come on! That's incredible. Oh, I don't know why I'm so happy. I just want revenge on them. I know we can end up making a tit of ourselves if we screw it up. As Juventus play Bayer Leverkusen, Juventus weren't looking that good in their group. They actually came second to Southampton in that group. So imagine if we got to play the winner of that tie, which is definitely on the cards. Celtic will end up playing against Barcelona. Have they beaten them before? Tony Watt. Tottenham will play against Bayern Munich, but we will play Southampton, I can't believe this, in a rematch of last season's semi-final. Will we get revenge? Oh my goodness me. Wow. Come on. Right, back in a sec. We're going to do a big chunk of league games and come back with we'll find a league game that suits our style, shall we? Hello everybody. So basically the face cam footage for the second half of this video completely corrupted. I have no idea why, because the file is there on the SD card, but it's just a blank file. So that's really annoying. So apologies in advance for the lack of face cam for the rest of this video. Back to me in the present. Right then, friends, we are back. This episode has actually sort of inadvertently turned into somewhat of a winter transfer special. More on that in a second. But first we were away to Genoa, bottom of the league. Fairly straightforward. Gregory with the ball through. 3 minutes in, Overmars doing his thing, dinking it over the keeper. Why couldn't he do that in the last game, eh? He's just showing off this time. Great ball through from Gregory, though. And then in the 33rd minute, Bruno getting the ball out on the left here. Gregory knocking it about a little bit in the midfield. Granados knocks it around the side for Gregory, pops it around the side, and it was then 2-0. And then right on the stroke of half-time, we won ourselves a penalty, which Granados dispatched gorgeously for 3-0 Sass. Second half, I tried something tactically to see if we could get more aggressive, as if we needed to. Didn't really work that well, but we won 3-0 anyway. Uriarte was brilliant as well. Next up, it was time for Benevento. Castles is ball in the raid. Lancer with a lovely header. He's been fantastic from set pieces over this period. It's really nice to see. Doing a great job there. Then Milivojevic knocking the ball around the side for Overmars, getting into a great spot. And once again, dinking the goalkeeper. He's just adding more and more feathers to his bow. 2-0 up that was against Benevento at that point. Then in the 36th minute, more good stuff out on the left-hand side here. This is so strange. Bruno puts it in. Overmars knocks it down for Gregory instead of shooting, and then Troy Gregory just dispatching one in the back of the net for 3-0 before half-time. But then even before half-time, Benevento got a little taste of some goodness here, as Esposito given a little bit too much space on the ball, and a great finish from, I think it was Craig Campbell for Benevento, making it 3-1. But in the second half, we decided to put the smack down on them a little bit more and just see them out on the 62nd minute mark. Lancer's ball in. Overmars is, I don't know how on earth this is a bit of goal. 4-1 Sass. But yet another brace for Overmars and a fantastic performance from him. I think 4 goals for us is a bit harsh on Benevento. I don't think we were that good. Just nice to see us get them, though. Then next up, it was home to Benevento, the big one. I made a mistake and accidentally put Niewiadomski in centre-back in this one, and after 7 minutes, Angelo had given Juventus the lead, and my head was in my hands, to be honest. For the rest of the game, we were bloody excellent for the most part. Then in the 80th minute, Rivas's ball in, Komi Eklu's header gave us an equaliser, finally against Juventus, and then, in the 90th minute of the match, Eklu puts the ball through, and who should get on the end of it but Yanderson? 2-1 Sassuolo. And I think a thoroughly deserved win in the end. It just took us a little while to really get going in this game. As the second half, we just took over and finally got a win against Juventus that I think we deserved. And it was so nice to see Yanderson scoring his first ever goal for Sassuolo in the 90th minute to beat Juventus for the first time in this save. What a moment for the lad. We then took that energy away to Frosinone, and it was just the Castles show in this one, really. Castles with a lovely little ball through. Eventually, just, I don't know how it ends up in the back of the net, but Overmars slots us 1-0 up after 7 minutes. But then, an interesting moment as they got an equaliser in the game. Just terrible defending. They leave the man at the back post, and there's nothing really that Spicia could do about that, and it was 1-1, concerning times. But then, 55 minutes in, Castles delivers another one. Lancer on the end of it, doing his thing as per. We then won a penalty, and a red card was given at the same time, and Castles then dispatched that for 3-1. Literally less than a minute later, he puts another ball in, which Lancer's on the end of again to make it 4-1, and you know how these things go. Then in the 93rd minute as well, Eklu getting the ball out on the left-hand side here. The original shot is actually deflected, comes back to him, and he positions it perfectly for 5-1 Sassuolo. But it really was the Cassell show. A goal and 3 assists on the night for him there, but yeah, with the red card, basically. Overmars was played through. Manso dived in, didn't win the ball, and yeah, is rightly sent off. It was only a second yellow, of course. It wasn't actually for the denying a clear goal from opportunity because it was in the box, but it was definitely a yellow card offence. And hey, brilliant result. 2 goals for Lancer. We then had the cup against Udinese. Cassell's with another great ball in. This time it was Milivojev on the end of it for 1-0 after 28 minutes. Then, just before half-time, some nice work here from Komi Eklu, picking up this ball with Lancer on the right-hand side here. Lovely ball through. Overmars just unleashes a driving effort to make it 2-0, dead on half-time. And then, in the second half, Eklu this time putting the ball in. And who would be there? Well, of course, it's Lancer. 3-0 through to the cup, which we will play Juventus in the next round. Spicia also saved a penalty in this game. When I say saved, I mean he made a brilliant diving stop and actually caught the ball as well. He's just taking the piss now. We were in the Super Cup against Milan, the stupid trophy no one cares about, if you like. Played in Abu Dhabi, of course, because, you know, we needed to travel a bit more. This was so very strange. So, Herrero takes a penalty here, which we gave away in the first few minutes. By the way, wasn't a penalty. Nowhere in a billion years, but you know how it goes. The game is implying, basically, that Spicia saves this, and he's able to put in the rebound. Now, for me, I guess he must have got a touch under the bar, because I couldn't see where else the touch must have come. So I think Spicia saves that onto the bar. Oh dear, frustrating times as it was. But never mind, after 50 minutes, Eklu's ball in, Gregory was on the end of it, and Gravis gave us a lovely equaliser at exactly the right moment. And then 65 minutes on the clock here, good work out on the right-hand side. Michal Chea gets the ball this time, comes back to Eklu once again, finds Gregory, 2-1 Sassuolo, which was very, very good in the cup final. But then, in the 92nd minute of the match, they just refused to tackle Perea. They just foul him, just do anything, just foul him. But then eventually comes across the Herrero, and it was 2-2 in stoppage time, and we went to extra time, which is exactly what we definitely wanted at this point. And then in the 103rd minute, just mistake after mistake after mistake, Herrero's long-range strike, 3-2 Milan. A frustrating one. I feel like the XG makes them look better than they were, because they got 1.44 XG off of that original chance, essentially, because it was the penalty and then the retake, which obviously they can't score more than a goal from the situation, but hey, it happens, it is what it is. Not ideal, though, particularly as it cost us a lot of time and energy to be in this game. But most importantly, we are 3 points clear at the top of the league. Overmars has 21 goals on the season. Cassell's has got 12 assists, so we're once again dominating the average ratings with Komi Eklu up there as well. Very, very high up, in fact. Today we're going to be playing Napoli away, so big game, going to be tired as damn from the Super Cup, which was far from ideal, to be honest. But yes, I said we'd made some signings, and we have, like 4 of them. The first of the bunch is Filip Polojko, who is a Polish goalkeeper, already has 6 caps for Poland. He's come in for, I think it was 3.9 million pounds from Zag Lubin over in Poland, and I just thought, hey, we could do with a backup keeper that actually sits behind Spicia that gives us a bit more quality there. And really, Polojko is a very decent keeper. You might think he sounds Finnish. Nothing I could see in his thing about being Finnish. But yeah, I think for 3.9 million pounds, I think he's a pretty solid option to get pretty much the new Polish national team keeper. I was quite proud of that. Weirdly, they said we overpaid, and I just really don't see how we've overpaid for this guy at 3.9 million. But there you go. In addition to him, I actually signed up another Polish player. This is Gracian Zigiel, who has come in from Lech Poznan for £4.5 million. And honestly, I just think that basically the players were there. There were bits from other clubs, and I was like, no, you know what? They're cheap enough to the point where they've got the potential that I think they could be great for the future of Sassuolo. And getting them in now seemed like the smartest idea. And again, he's got 2 caps for Poland. We've now got 3 Polish internationals in our team, and they're all really quite good. So, and again, look at the mentals on this guy. And for 4.5 million, look at the dribbling, the speed. There's a lot this guy could definitely work on, but only 19 years old, for 4.5 million, I was happy to do the deal. We had the money sloshing around. The board gave me a little bit of extra cash for adjusting our season expectations to qualify for the Champions League through the league, and I was like, yeah, we'll probably do that. So that extra cash went straight in here. And I also picked up this lad. This is Thomas Pinheiro, who is a 16-year-old who I've loaned back to Rio Ave for the rest of the season. We paid 600 grand for this guy. Now, basically, it was just a case of they rated him extremely highly. I thought, for 600 grand, it's impossible to say no to a deal like this. I know he's another left-sided player, but honestly, 16-year-old, left-sided, 600 grand, surely there's profit in the future for a guy like this. He's going to sign a 3-year deal with a 3-year extension as well, so hard to say no to, really. And the final player that's joined us, and this is a slightly strange one. This is Oscar Herrero, a centre-back who's come in on a loan with a mandatory option from Real Madrid. Now, he's one of these players that let's just set aside the star rating for a second, because these can sometimes be very misleading. And for me, he is better than that would suggest. Firstly, he can play the ball-playing defending role, which is useful to have. Even though he's left-footed, which does give us more of a backup to Uriarte of a natural left-footed centre-back. Heading of 13, could definitely improve that, but still. Marking of 16, tackling 16, positioning 14, great work rate, really quite quick as well. He's only 5'11", but he has 16 jumping reach, which means that he's basically going to still win stuff in the air quite easily, which is fine by me. Great concentration, bravery solid, aggression is solid, some lovely mentals on him. And honestly, I felt that we could really do with a player like this just to give us a bit more backup in that role, basically. Now, it is a £15 million fee. At the end, but I honestly still think it's probably worth it to get a player of this reputation, because I still think, nothing else, with a rep of this kind of guy, he's a Spanish international as well, then I feel like he's going to be we could move him on for more money than that, and I still think it's a good piece of business. I've also signed a guy up from Barcelona who's joining us on a free transfer at the end of the season, and he's worth £35 million. Just, what are they doing? I'll show you him at the end of the year, though, when he actually joins us. His name is Rashid Grosjean, which is a cool name as well. So, I mean, yeah, I figured this would be a problem. Tiredness is very much a factor after the last game. So, okay. I probably will be able to start Casellas. Sejdovic can come back in. Bruno can come back in. I love being able to bring these 2 in just like that. It's so refreshing. I might actually give Oscar Herrero a start today instead of Uriarte, just to get him into the team a little bit more and start working that out. This in the midfield here is not happening. Rivas will start on the left instead of Candido. It's not an ideal scenario, but I think I might actually have to start Andres Granados in the midfield. This is what I mean about that's the one area of the pitch that we're just that tiny little bit lighter in. But one of the reasons I wanted to sign another centre-back is so that Milivojevic would be freed up to play that role more if we needed him to. But frankly, in terms of the league anyway, we've shown very little signs of slowing down. Weirdly, Milan absolutely... they were quite good against us as far as going forward and creating chances against us when they played us in the league. They played a totally different system in the Super Cup final, and I think they were a bit lucky, honestly, in many ways, but hey, it happens. And Napoli looked pretty good on the ball. If we could get the ball off them, which would be nice. Like that! Okay. Sorry? Okay, good save from Speecher. How on earth did Lancer not win the ball there? He was literally in front of it. Lancer has now picked up an injury as well, which is exactly what we don't want right about now. Good clearance from Herrero, but we've got really nobody... Oh, it's a Clayton. Oh, good defending. And no, and a goal. Dearie me. Richard Chidi gives Napoli the lead here, and they've been the better of the 2 sides so far. We've just had, I think, maybe a tiny fraction too much rotation has been required today, but it's still a pretty strong lineup. I thought the chance had gone here when the initial block is made, but they just run right past it, and then, yeah, the little flick down from Fariciello getting his own back for the game against Napoli last season, unfortunately. Back inside for Sejdovic. He can do something here, potentially. Maybe shoot? No, hopefully he doesn't. Kessels! Oh, what a strike. Great save from Ruben Nilsson, and Kessels just come out of nowhere with that. Thankfully, we do have that 3-point gap to Juventus, and now, most importantly, currently anyway, a better head-to-head, as Overmars is offside. Thank God he was offside there, because he's just completely missed the target. But our change to passing has definitely allowed us to control a bit more possession now, and we're slowly winning that battle back again now. So hopefully, just getting on the ball a bit more in the second half could help us with that one. Believ has now hurt himself, so Uriarte's had to come on anyway. So it's just as well we've got an extra centre-back in the team available to us at this point. Recchia. Good great save from Speecher, but again, how did he not win the ball there? Oh, the decision making today has been poor. Right, come on, please tackle him. Any of you, one of you, someone, please. Oh goodness, someone's pressed the Chuckle Brothers button today. Right, come on, if we could just stop doing to me to you for a second. did Troy Gregory just punch him in the face there? All right, fine. That's one way of doing it, Troy. Not sure I entirely agree with his methods, but he got the job done, and that's the main thing. Cheaty again, and that's an easy one. I don't know. It's just one of those games where they just don't tackle people. That'd be good. Tackling people. Sort of a key component of football, I suppose. But yeah, they've just been better than us. They've been fastest to every single loose ball. We've been unable to win the ball off of them in situations where I feel like we should have done. Like, just it's constantly going through our players' legs, and they don't track cheating. He's been on fire today, to be fair. Brilliant performance from him. And we just haven't been up to snuff at all today. I think there's a bit of a hangover from the Dubai. The fact that we were there 3 days ago and had to go to extra time in it did not help. Oh, hello, Rivas. Back for Bruno. Come on, let's get one back and get back in this game quicker. Bruno, and it's... Yes, we get one! I was just waiting for that to not go in, and Troy Gregory scores his 11th goal of the season, by the way. Literally, after I praised him at the start of the episode and said that he was just maybe not getting as many goals as he should, but still doing a great job, he's just been on fire. Up to 11 goals this year now, all of a sudden, out of nowhere. Lovely little assist from Nevedomski, and we're back in this. Come on, get in on him. Make that tackle. Cheaty again. Just... Okay, good. Back away from him. That makes sense. Okay, 3-1 to Napoli. Yeah, Cheaty's just had one of those games where I've been tight marking him, I've been pressing it, we've done everything, but he has just been on a different, complete planet from us today. Much like that Manchester City player was that time. It's like he picks the ball up here, and look at the centre-back. Like, I don't understand what he's doing. What are you doing? Tackle him! In the grand scheme of the game, we've actually not been that bad. It's just the little things that we've done that have cost us goals in this match. Just... I don't know. I'm putting it down to tiredness from everybody still being jet lagged from the flight back to Dubai for a meaningless game that we were forced to play in. Like, I know it's a cup and all, but it's the Super Cup. And did they really have to play it then? Like, really? I'm going to blame the Italian FA. That's whose fault it is. They should have pressed more for that third goal. And we were just... playing the ball around, waiting to see this one out now, I think. Yeah, let's just play back to your goalkeeper. It's not like we're going to try and score a goal. There we go. Napoli 3, Sassuolo 1. I don't know. Maybe we could have done more in that game. I don't know. Richard Cheaty just turned up and no one could stop him today. He was just unplayable. But still, we're top of the league. That's the main thing. Still got 52 points on the board. It's a disappointing result, as it sort of reminds me a little bit of last season in places. But I don't know. I think, generally speaking, they have a player called Funk. Julian Funk. Big fan. Gregory is actually up now to 21 goal contributions this season, and we are still only in January, so really, I think we're doing okay here. So obviously next episode we're going to be coming back for Southampton. I might do Inter and Southampton as a double live com, actually, to show you a bit more league stuff, because that would be an but bear in mind, there's probably likely to be more cup games, although it depends. Let's see if we get past Juve. We've done it once, we can do it again. So, if you've enjoyed this episode in spite of that, at the end there, Troy Gregory has just been superb. Look at his name is just appearing so often in these score sheets lately. Yeah, drop a like, that'd be gorgeous. If you're new to the channel, subscribe, that'd be lovely too. I stream Twitch, Tuesdays, Thursdays, Saturdays, and follow there too. And I'll see you guys tomorrow for Champions League, Southampton. The revenge begins now. I'll see you guys soon. Thank you so much for watching. Hold your gun. Bye-bye.